Welcome to the Site Cabin Podcast, episode 14. Episode 14. What's so special about episode 14? I have no idea. How are we, boys? Danny, just get a bit closer to your mic if you don't mind.
Yeah.
That's okay.
14 episodes.
Only 14 episodes, Dan. Still sitting back, chilling. How are we both? What have we both been up to? Anything happening? What's going down?
Not much really. It's a bit quiet at work, but it's nice.
Nothing interest happening.
Car blow up.
Car blew. I think you said that in the last episode, didn't you?
It's still blown up.
It's still blown up. Still not working.
Still not working.
So,
yeah.
are we going to sort this? Are we going to sort this shit out?
It's getting sorted. It's getting sorted, but yeah, it's doing me head in now.
God Almighty, yeah. So, you can't leave it at. It's pretty quiet. There must be something happening since the last. I think the last time we met was about 5 weeks ago. I think
We've all been away.
we've all been away.
Abersock, actually, yeah.
We all went to Abersock,
That was
didn't
really
we?
nice.
Went to Abersock for a week.
Yeah.
Lovely as
That
always.
was really nice.
We were the roughest people there.
Oh, we 100%
Definitely
were.
the
No,
roughest
no,
people.
we weren't.
It's turned into a bit like it's a bit like Alderley Edge on Sea, isn't it, Abersock? I mean, it's beautiful.
It's lovely though, yeah.
If anybody from
It's really
Abersock's
nice.
listening,
It's
I
nice.
love Abersock.
I do.
It's beautiful, and if anyone's never been, I would advise you go to Abersock. It's
Beautiful.
such a nice place.
Brilliant.
Isn't
And just
it?
on the beach, that view of the mountains and everything.
We have
That'd be
we have a
nice.
bit of a family affinity with Abersock, don't we?
Yeah.
I think there was 39 of us that went to Abersock.
All family.
Extended
all
family, yeah.
all related.
All cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to buy a dog? Do you want to buy a dog? We're not travellers.
No.
Not that would be a problem if we were, by the way. Don't want to cause offence to anybody. But my impression was of a travelling individual. God, I've gone really PC there.
Yeah,
I don't know why I went PC there. So anyway, we've got to be PC, I suppose. So you've not really done anything at all.
Going away tomorrow.
Where are you going, Dan?
Cork
Cork.
in Ireland.
What are you doing? What are you doing in Cork?
Stag do. It's my friend David, who was in the Christmas special. He won the pants.
David Webb.
Trousers.
Oh yeah, that's
David
right.
Webb.
Yeah,
Shout
he
to
did.
Dave Webb.
Shout out to Dave
Shout
Webb.
out to Dave.
Stag do.
How you doing, Dave?
He's a
Stag do
listener.
tomorrow.
He's a listener.
Why Cork? Why did he choose Cork?
Well, lovely wife to be, Kira, is she's from
She's
Ireland.
Irish. Yes, she is.
Don't know where she's from in Ireland.
Somewhere in Ireland. Somewhere in Ireland.
Supposed to be really nice though. Cork.
And he always wanted to go to Cork.
Oh, so she's not like from Cork.
No.
She's not like going back to Kira's family in Cork
No,
and like
no,
or anything like that.
No,
No.
we just fancied Cork.
Nice. Are any of Kira's family going on the stag?
Brian.
Who's Brian?
So Brian is Kira's brother, and I've been doing the hotel rooms.
Oh.
And I thought his name was Brian Dallas, spelt Brain.
Great surname, by the way.
His name isn't Brian Dallas. It's Brian Bryan Dylan.
Yeah,
So-
it's the Irish pronunciation of certain like
Yeah.
some of the names.
Run that by me again because I missed that.
So
So why did you think his name?
So basically, all I saw was Brian D, and in my head I just went Dallas
Dallas.
because I remember D and then L's in his name.
Oh, I think you
So
should.
it's Dylan, but I put.
Oh, see, Brian.
So his
Dylan. I
name's
thought
Brian
it's
Dallas.
pronunciation.
I think you
thing.
should call him Brian Dallas
We're
for the
gonna call
whole
Brian
weekend.
Dallas, yeah.
That's great.
Because-
Well, me and Webb were together before. Webb said we'll call him JR.
Exactly.
JR.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Who shot JR?
Who
You know
shot
the
JR,
T-shirt from
yeah.
Father
If I would
Ted.
say, what a great link.
Actually,
yeah.
just
I've
on
killed
stags,
somebody, Father.
There's been this, a construction stag can be pretty wild. But
Oh yeah, they can.
so, what's
That's
your thoughts on this?
Great episode for the
Construction
future.
stag,
Construction stag
Well,
do's.
it's a night out.
Sorry, Dan. Go
Yeah.
on.
Well, we've got him. So his middle name is Ronald.
As in Weasley.
So we've got him to wear to the airport. He doesn't know.
Oh, McDonald.
Yeah. So I've got him a full clown outfit for the airport.
Yes.
But when he
Yes.
gets there,
Yeah.
with everything going on in the news,
Yeah.
Just Stop Oil
Brilliant.
T-shirt.
So he's got to wear a Just Stop Oil top
T-shirt, yeah.
with a Ronald McDonald.
Sit in front of
What
the
you want him
plane.
to do then is maybe in the middle of Cork in the town
We're gonna-
centre.
that's what- yeah, that's what we're
Like
doing, yeah.
stand in front of a few cars or something.
Yeah.
Just
And
for
then
like 10 seconds.
my
or
other
something.
mate has googled a shop in Cork to buy. You can buy paint mixture, so we're going to throw some orange paint.
Excellent. I love it. That's perfect. What do you think of them Just Stop Oil people?
I do honestly
Yeah,
think they've
I get-
got a point.
I get the
But
point,
the
but
way they're going
like-
about it is
you're having a go at you're alienating the people that you don't want to alienate, which
Yeah.
is everybody.
Yeah, which is
Which
the British public.
British public, the working
Yeah.
people.
You don't want to piss them off.
We already get the message, but
Yeah.
you can't just
the
stop
British
because
people
everything
agree with
collapse.
it.
Yeah.
we do.
Everyone
We get
you're
it. Everybody
protesting,
gets it.
Yeah.
You're stopping. Actually, go. Do you know what? Look, I totally get it, but unfortunately, why can't they?
Everybody's got to go to work.
They've got to go to work, and people get
Yeah.
stressed. They get worked up.
People
they
think
get,
about earning money
You're
first,
absolutely
and
right.
you know.
They're going about it in the wrong way, but we all agree with them.
Yeah.
But they're going about it in the wrong way. But I must admit, I really love them videos on TikTok where people lose the shit and like, they grab them and move them and everything. And then the police come in and threaten to arrest the people that are moving them. You think, for God's sakes.
Well, it didn't happen at the Crown,
at the coronation.
when
Oh, they were
Sausage
well
got
up on
his-
it though, weren't
Sausage
they?
fingers.
They were well up
King.
on it.
I mean, we love the king. We love King, don't we? Do we, we like
no,
King Charles, don't we? Oh, come on. You do. We like King Charles.
He's all right. It's nearly a year
bloody
since the
hell.
Queen's went. isn't it?
Bloody hell.
That bit with his pen.
Hey, we've talked about this. You make a really good impression of Charles. you know. Bloody pen not working.
But no, it was. I think my point is they weren't arrested that day, and they were there.
Yeah, I get it. So when they want to, they can prevent it.
And then,
is what you're
like,
saying.
at big race days, it's like suddenly actually. You
Oh
can
yeah,
prevent them.
not Ascot, national.
Do you know what I mean? And then,
Tried it on national.
but day to day, it's like, oh, leave it.
They got it. They got Wimbledon.
They got Wimbledon,
did.
the snooker.
They did the
Oh,
snooker.
they did the snooker.
That was a disgrace.
Now that is a disgrace.
That
was
don't
a
do
disgrace.
Because all
How
that lovely
dare
green
you
beige, they got
defile
To
a
be
snooker
fair,
table.
Of all the ones as well.
What are you doing to
snooker,
the- I know.
really, what are they?
I mean, come on.
Everybody sat down. Probably right on
Everyone
the
sat
train.
down chilling.
Yeah.
Half of them are falling asleep. I don't get it, actually.
Formula One would get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why have they not done the Formula
Yeah.
One?
Yeah.
Burning
They
the
tried.
shit.
They tried, didn't they? But
won't get in.
They won't get in because of the security. So.
Yeah. So to summarise,
Stag Do Cork. He's
Just Oil is going to be dressed as Just,
Just
Oil.
Stop
So
Oil.
next month, I want you to feed back to us on how the Stag Do went.
Well, next month it's
It's my Stag Do next month. Yeah. In Budapest.
so.
Yeah. We counted it tonight, didn't we?
4
There's
weeks.
4 weeks.
4 weeks today.
About 4 weeks, yeah.
So there's 23 of us going, I think,
Pretty impressive.
to Budapest for my Stag Do. So I can't call it other than I'm 46 now.
It won't be the crazy. It won't be,
No, I want it to be a bit crazy.
It'll be a good laugh.
You know, and a good laugh and a bit a good discussion.
Yeah, but like we went to Danny's, it was the I've got to go to bed.
I remember
The first night you'll go mental, and after that it's like, should we have a Gaelic coffee?
I can remember, which is a great story. I know it's a construction podcast, but at the end of the day, it's our podcast. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about. But I can remember Daniel's Stag Do. Danny had about 6 Stag Do's, basically.
Yeah.
But Danny's Stag Do to Prague,
It's really nice.
it was
Prague.
a lovely Stag Do. It was
Really
on
nice.
over
It was
Halloween.
lovely
It was over Halloween, wasn't
It was,
it?
yeah,
Your
yeah,
Stag Do.
October, yeah.
And I think by about the 3rd night, everybody was
That's
dead.
enough.
We'd all
Can't
we'd all
drink
dead.
anymore.
And I can vividly remember being sat in a bar, like a coffee shop or something
Yeah,
like
should have a
that.
piece of
Oh,
cake
in
and a
the middle
coffee.
of the road.
In the middle of the road,
Yeah,
that's
it was
right.
nice.
Like a
Yeah,
train
yeah,
carriage.
Main
it
area.
was.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was. That was
Right,
very nice.
and it was
Everyone
about,
just sat there,
I'm going to
yeah.
say it was about 9, half 9, 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And we were all sat there. There was, I don't know, I'm going to say 15, 20 blokes, something like that. And everyone's drinking Gaelic coffees and
Very,
just
very civilized.
very civilized. And I just went, fuck this. I'm going home. I'm going to bed. And I stood up and started to walk back to the hotel. And as I did that,
Everybody
I
else
can remember everyone else going,
everyone-
oh, thank God for that. Someone's caved, so we can now
yeah.
cave. And about 6 other guys
Called
went,
it.
right, we're all going
Called
home.
it.
We're all
Yeah.
going. Because we're all just ruined, weren't we? We went in an absinthe bar.
That was brilliant.
That was good.
But that was mental. That
good.
absinthe
That
was
was good.
mental.
Yeah.
I mean, she was like, do you want? I was like, I don't know, absinthe.
That's
And-
something we've got to do. We had a picture of Danny with some antlers behind
Yeah,
him.
we did. I've still
We've-
got it on my phone
We've
somewhere.
got to try and get you with some antlers
Yeah.
behind you, something
Oh,
like
God,
that.
yeah,
That painting in
That
the
was-
absinthe bar.
That's the first time
It was
I
a random
had
one.
absinthe, and I remember having it. I remember if people say it's hallucinogenic, and I thought,
Yeah.
and then
Super strong.
It was.
It was really
Well, you only
strong.
have to have a
strong,
sip.
but
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
we
wasn't-
only had
it
tiny,
wasn't- it
tiny
wasn't
sips.
Too bad. We didn't be silly.
Yeah. Is that what? That's
We-
like,
Van Gogh used to was addicted to it.
I was just going to say.
Loads of
and
people drunk
I
it.
think in the
In France.
Sergeant Aberline, the guy that hunted down Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper. Yeah.
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 Was
in,
he?
um,
Well, in
that's
the
in
film,
the film. It's,
it shows him
it's
addicted
it's,
to it, doesn't
Johnny
it?
Depp. Yeah, but
Oh, is that heroin or something?
it
I don't
was
know.
a big thing, wasn't it? In the late
Absinthe. Yeah.
late.
What is it?
1900s.
Is it an alcoholic
No,
drink?
it's alcoholic, but it's like really strong. And don't they put it over a sugar cube? They melt
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
They
That's
drip
exactly
it over
right.
a sugar cube, and it drips into the
Yeah,
bowl.
but I mean, if my Stag Do is half of your Stag Do, then I'd be well happy. And if Dave Webb Stag Do is
You've got that Guinness though, haven't you? You got the
Guinness,
the good stuff.
yeah.
it's going to be Guinness. It's going to be Guinness.
And then we're doing
So good over
Gaelic
there.
Games. Looking forward to that. Bit of hurling
Gaelic
and
games. So
hurling.
like, is it tossing the caber and all that sort of stuff?
Well, it's like hurling and
Yeah. Yeah. Basically fighting, I think Gaelic games means,
Football.
basically.
It's over 10 miles or
There's a
something,
bat.
charging around or something.
Oh, you'll have a ball. You'll have a ball. Well, make sure you feed back
Oh, is
to
that
us.
one like a hockey stick, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like a
that's it,
crook
yeah.
with a ball in it. Like
and then
a,
it's handball you play as well.
Yeah, it sounds a bit.
Do you want to take your clothes off? Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I'll take your clothes off and get. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, it's one of
anyway.
them.
So you'll have to feedback on that next episode next month, basically. But today's episode, gents.
What are we
So
doing?
today's episode is all about ancient buildings, ancient
Nice.
So we
construction,
didn't have any of these.
ancient constructions. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Didn't have any modern
Or
technology.
did they?
Oh well.
No.
Well. So we don't want to obviously. We know the likes of Joe Rogan as kind of. We're not comparing ourselves to Joe Rogan. Joe, big shout out to Joe, by the way. If
Do
you
you reckon
listen.
he'd ever do a joint podcast?
Oh, maybe. Who knows? Maybe one day.
Do you reckon that-
The world's most successful
those-
podcast.
Those construction lads. I'll
Yeah,
do one with
maybe,
them.
maybe so. Who knows? Shoot,
Yeah.
shoot for the stars.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But maybe Graham Hancock might come on one day. Who's, if anyone doesn't know who Graham Hancock is, really famous guy who's written loads of books and information about ancient structures around the world. So I'm not comparing our podcast, our beautiful little podcast, to Graham Hancock and to Joe Rogan. But I was going to say they've done a few episodes on not really ancient construction, but more
About ancient civilizations.
ancient
and
civilizations.
There's loads we don't know, basically.
Yeah. So we
I
thought
agree with that.
building construction, site
I thought
kind
it
of
was
podcast.
all linked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. First question for you both then. Who built the pyramids?
Well, men.
No.
People did.
You think it
Yeah,
was
I'm
just
totally
the
convinced.
human race?
It's human race, did it?
Yeah, the
I'm
human
not, I'm not
race.
having all the
They
extra
played
theories.
a part.
Well, you're
So do
Mr.
you,
Alien,
Danny,
aren't you?
by that, do you believe that they were built by like an alien race or
So it might put us in going down another path here, but I think what's happened now has happened before, and we're still behind what's happened before.
so
Do you mean like Battlestar Galactica?
So I'm not necessarily
yes.
Well, everything that's happened.
So
everything's
I'm
happened
not
again.
saying
So explain
it
what you
was
mean.
aliens or anything like that. I'm saying there was a more advanced civilization that's been wiped out and destroyed,
Okay.
and we're not at that yet.
Yeah.
Right. And it's different. And I think I've been to Egypt.
Yes, you have.
Right.
Of
I've stood
course
there.
he has.
I've stood there. I've seen. I didn't go to the pyramids. I've been to
Karnak,
Karnak.
is
I've
it?
seen these temples. We saw these massive steps, right? And each step was
It is at Karnak.
is as wide as this room,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's one
For
block.
context for people listening, you just give them an idea of how wide that is.
So I'd
About
say
3 meters by
about
3
3 meters
3 or 4
Yeah.
meters by 4
by
meters.
4 meters, and that's one block. That's not a step. They're about 15 meters wide.
Yeah.
And each one is about as wide as this room. Right. How the fuck did you move it?
No, but it is true though, isn't it? Because
Yeah, I mean, you know,
if
it's
for
incredible.
example, right, we said today, the human race today is going to band together, right, and we're going to build an exact replica of the Great Pyramid at Giza.
Yeah.
Struggle.
The exact replica.
With using only like manpower and just tools and
Well,
rope and
yeah, but even maybe
grease.
with cranes and stuff. And I'm talking about exact replica. Could we do it? Would we
But
be
all
able
the
to do
math
it?
behind it
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Well, this is the other.
thing is though they had hundreds of years before they even built that one, because if you look at there's loads of pyramids that are bent pyramids.
Yeah, I know
There are
that
pyramids.
aren't quite right.
There
Yes.
is these pyramids and these step pyramids. They
Yeah.
developed over say 1,000 years the techniques and
Yeah.
you know it's tradesmen
Yeah. So
and they had no tally.
so the Great Pyramid is
They had no
perfect.
TikTok.
They had no
They had no
TikTok.
TikTok. How did they get on? Yeah, exactly. The Great Pyramid is perfectly aligned to true north.
Yeah.
It's encoded with the circumference of the Earth within the measurements.
The dimensions.
The 4 dimensions are encoded within the circumference of the Earth. How did they work that out?
Well, it did or is it kind of a coincidence because of the dimensions of the actual pyramid? I don't know how that works.
No, it's
Is
not.
it mathematical dimensions?
There's too many different.
There are
things,
2.3
structures that we-
million individual blocks within the Great Pyramid of Giza, each weighing, I think, between
about 2.3 2.5 tons.
Yeah, each weighing between 2.5 tons and 5 tons, depending
Apart
upon.
from the big ones above the King's Chamber, there's like 6 granite ones that are about 60
That's correct.
tons.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
8 ones
How
about
have they
60
got there
tons.
then?
Well, I've looked it up. There's loads of different theories, but it's about halfway into it, the King's Chamber.
The King's
Like,
Chamber,
to the-
yeah,
depends
roughly
what-
speaking, yeah.
But they also, I always think counterweights, manpower, rope, and greasing the sleds and everything.
Yeah.
But they had time. They had like 30 years, whatever, or more to do it.
Yeah, the thing, yes,
It's time,
the
just
thing
gradual
Is, everybody
building.
today is dead busy, aren't we? 9
We
to
are
5.
dead busy.
We've got shit to do. We're doing all this crap and all this
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
And then we go home and we put the kids to bed or whatever, and then we sit down and we watch TV. And and then we go on our phones and we scroll through all
Yeah.
our phones. Nobody really anymore, apart from the odd individual, stops to look at the night sky.
Yeah.
Nobody
Studies
really
it.
anymore stops to study how can I get across that problem without using technology,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And it's
I
the
know- I
same
get-
brains. It's the same
I know what you
brains.
mean. There's no like
5,000
wanker
years
sat there
ago.
going, fucking hell, I'm gonna have to write a report about that.
Yeah, there's no
You know,
health
yeah,
and safety.
You know that
It's
rope
true.
that's just snapped.
Yeah,
with that
exactly.
granite, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying there. You know what? Just fucking.
Yeah. There's no site agent saying I've got a black CSCS card
Yeah.
and you lads can't come on this site to build this pyramid because you're not qualified. Fuck off. I've been doing this 15 years, mate.
granddad
There's the
taught me how to do
welfare
this.
facilities. There's a massive hole over
Yeah, there's a
there.
massive hole over there,
Right.
and that's
That's
where
it.
you go. You see that river there called the Nile? Yeah.
Yeah.
You shit in there, you piss in there, and you wash and shower and bath
And you,
in
and
there.
you drink from it.
And you
Yeah,
drink from it
from
as
it.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, well, I'll get on with that then.
Yeah.
Right, fair enough. So, I don't know. There's lots of...
It's
What
the
about-
weight thing for me.
Yeah, I get that.
It's the weight.
not the 2.5 ton ones. It's
not
those
the
big granite
manpower.
blocks.
I can
It's
see
the granite
manpower.
ones.
What are people? We've always said when we've worked together. What
What you
people
can do, it's amazing.
is more than what one person can do over 2 days.
But what 1,000 people can do.
And I get that, but the weight and the height and like Easter Island, how the fuck did
Oh,
they
that's a
get
different
there?
one.
Well,
Like,
have you,
I
you mean the
can't-
heads of Easter
yeah,
Island?
but the massive.
Yeah, they
like,
are the huge.
Where have they been produced?
Yeah.
and but like I can't get like Machu Picchu. How the fuck has they got it up there? I can't get my head around that.
Time. It's just time.
But-
100
yeah, but I do-
years
I-
is nothing to 100
I
years.
kind of...
It's like a...
I don't disagree with either of you. You're right in that humans, I think, can accomplish
Do all sorts of stuff. Amazing.
almost anything over time. But I also think you're right in that because we don't know,
We go for all these weird...
why
extra-
can't we?
Yeah. These techniques that we don't understand or... I read a great one about those blocks, though, is that the other pyramid next to the grand one is the... let's have a look. I've got a few notes here.
Go on. I've got some facts if you want me to.
It's the Khufu pyramid, isn't it? The great
Yeah,
one.
Khufu, yeah.
And the one next to it, is it the... What is it now? Is it the... I can't remember what it's called. Is it like the cafe one or something?
Yeah.
Well, they reckon that's slightly higher. Not slightly higher as in the ground is slightly higher next to that one. So they could have done a ramp across from that big central causeway to almost get the blocks up on a slightly better gradient.
Yeah.
So they reckon that's why the ramps wouldn't have to be that steep. But I mean, still... But there's also an internal ramp theory.
There is an internal ramp theory,
Which is
which
really good.
really interesting.
It's
Which
really good.
Is at the top of the internal chamber.
The
There is
great-
a smooth stone, isn't there?
Yeah, but they filled it in.
Yeah, they did fill it.
There
in.
was like a V-shaped stone
Yeah.
I call the Great Step. And they reckon it could have been used as a counterweight because it's on an angle.
So you imagine, Danny, a block of stone at the bottom, and over the other side of the pyramid, a block of
or
stone
loads
at
of
the
weight,
top.
loads of stones being
And
weighted
to
in.
get that stone up, you would let the stone at the bottom go down, so it goes up like that. That's basically a suggestion of a counterweight. And the indentation of the stone in the middle of the pyramid,
I think it's the Great Chamber.
is dipped.
Yeah.
Dipped.
So it would
Basically, rope has
Yeah.
over time
War-
created
but
that.
There is...
It's called a step. Yeah, the Great
But
Step.
those granite blocks are above the Great Chamber, but they reckon there's another void above the Great Chamber that they could have used as another ramp up, if you know what I mean.
but it's
Well, here's a question for you both, and this is according to what I've read and what I've understood. But I'm going to ask you two: do you know the reason why the pyramid, why historians think the pyramid was built?
Well, the general theory is it's a tomb, isn't it?
No, it's not a tomb.
Well,
But it's not.
It's
for
not.
something- It's like a religious thing.
It's not a tomb. That is the
general-
most thought. But there's never been any evidence found of like a sarcophagus or anything like that within the Great Pyramid ever. So why would it be built? For what reason would it be
Or
built?
isn't it There is something though in there, isn't there? I think
Now, if
there's
you
one
watch-
thing. There's one thing in there.
Yeah, it's a granite. It's a hollowed out granite like sort of.
It is like a sarcophagus, but they're not
Yeah,
exactly
but there's
sure
nothing
if
in
it
it.
is.
There's nothing in it.
Yeah, there's no lid, no
Yeah,
top in
there's
it or
nothing
anything.
Yeah. Obviously, if you've watched the Transformers film, then you'll know
Yeah,
the reason
it's
why.
ancient Transformers technology.
It's a Transformers technology. So to summarise, you think it's basically built
it's man.
by man.
It's man. It's the
Danny, you
ingenuity.
think it's built by aliens?
No, not necessarily aliens. No,
They've helped.
Lost technology.
No, I think it's lost. It's like right. I think I can prove it all now. Right.
Oh, prove it.
Fast forward to 1969.
1969.
Land
Okay.
on the moon.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is now so-called lost technology.
Well, if we've not really. Well, I mean,
So-
India's just landed something, but
Yeah.
not a person.
Looks like a fucking PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's all that.
No, they've sent a little probe out,
Right.
haven't they?
I never quite understand why we've not gone back to the moon. Actually.
Cost a fortune.
We can't figure out who built the fucking pyramid. Never
Yeah.
mind
Well,
getting
that's
to the
true.
moon.
That is true.
No.
That is true.
So,
Yeah.
but my point is, like, if things can be lost in 70 years,
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
we can
so
still do
we're
it.
now saying we can't. We haven't got the technology.
Well, we can. We can get to the
we
moon.
can get to it, right? But we don't do it.
No, it's like
So-
Concorde. Concorde's still
It's like-
cutting edge technology.
I know, and we don't use it anymore.
We don't use it
Don't
anymore.
use
It's
it
too
anymore.
expensive. It's the expense.
It's set on fire.
But then, then is it lost? Is it? Have we been at that advanced? Like,
Do you mean if you don't use something for long enough, you lose the techniques?
Yeah, and it's like
I can see
there is
that.
an
I can
argument.
see where you-
Well-
there's all sorts of things like that. That Joe Rogan, who hopefully will one day be as big as us.
Yeah.
You know. Sorry,
That's been clipped.
Do you know
We're
what?
clipping that.
I do-
I'll clip that and we'll send it
I
to
do
Joe.
actually like Joe.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Joe and him at night.
We
and
love
I'm
him, don't we?
You know, you're a bit stressed.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
you
Joe
put a
Rogan.
bit of Joe on.
It's great.
Oh yeah, he's
But,
brilliant.
The great one. I watched a film recently about the Amazon, and you know what was that?
the amount of buildings.
Oh, there's loads of stuff that
Francisco,
the armor,
the armor.
Yeah.
We went and I thought,
Conquistador.
God,
Yeah.
and how they lost the
The-
lost
the-
buildings.
the
there,
Amazon
the
jungle
gold.
There's loads of.
It's,
The
it's
jungle
covered,
is reclaimed.
It's
There's
covered in
reclaimed
buildings.
loads of
That-
The
that's
footprints of buildings.
fascinating
There is.
as
It
well.
is.
There's stuff
like,
there.
how was that built?
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's like anything, but nature reclaims it once you've gone.
Well, it does.
You
It
know,
does.
it
If every human disappeared tomorrow on
Yeah.
Earth,
like-
Mother
Yeah,
Nature
but
would
what
take
was the-
control.
What would be the last thing that would be like the last trace left of us?
Well, I know actually.
Yeah.
What?
Stockport Viaduct.
Well, Stockport Viaduct
Probably.
probably. Yeah.
But
We'll
yeah.
go on Stockport Viaduct in a minute.
But you know the
one
answer.
of
The last
one of the
traces of
theories
humanity.
one of the theories of humanity, if all of humans were to disappear tomorrow on Earth, one of the longest lasting working structures would be, and we mentioned it on the last episode, but it would be the Hoover Dam. It would be the Hoover Dam because it takes the minimal amount of human involvement to run the Hoover Dam.
Oh, so it's natural. It's
Yeah,
more.
so
yeah,
it
yeah,
would shut
right.
down eventually.
Yeah.
But I think for a good
Like
few
that.
years it would
Yeah.
continue. So in a zombie apocalypse,
Got the Hoover Dam.
if you're gonna be anywhere, you want to be in sight, or not in sight, but in region of the Hoover Dam for electrical, because your electricity would probably still run via the Hoover Dam for quite some time.
So like 50 years worth of food in the Hoover Dam, and then 50 PlayStations in case one breaks, and then that's it, just for see out the rest of your life.
So, some facts for you both. The Great Pyramid of Giza is 581 feet tall. It's now illegal. It's now illegal to climb the
yeah.
pyramid.
Yeah.
Even though if you go on YouTube, you can watch some YouTuber land on the top
the
of the
parachute.
pyramid.
Oh,
He lands on
my
the
God.
top of the
Brilliant.
pyramid. It's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
it's brilliant.
It's pretty cool. But it's now illegal. You can't go on the top of the
It
pyramid.
was encased, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, it was
perfectly
completely
smooth
encased
in
It
limestone.
was completely smooth in lime.
So was it electrical build? Was it a power station?
So even though now it looks like steps,
It was actually
originally
smoothed
it was
in-
completely smooth.
Yeah, like smooth
completely
limestone.
smooth on all
Must
sides.
have been some site.
I know.
I mean, can you imagine that? It must have been. I mean, for a long period of time in human history, it was the tallest building in the world, the tallest structure in the world, for a long period of time. It weighs approximately 5.7 million tons.
It's what a bench.
So that's what you bench, Danny, on an evening basis. Yeah. Estimated between 20 and 30 years to have been built. That one pyramid.
Yeah.
That one pyramid. So I mean,
But do you know how old it is?
between 4,500 and 5,000 years old. They
Well,
roughly reckon.
Do you reckon, like with take the time of Julius Caesar, we're closer to Julius Caesar
I know.
than Julius Caesar was to the building of the Giza pyramids.
Incredible.
That's how ancient history.
I'm
That's
all
how
right with
big.
that.
And the
Well,
issue.
No, but when we think about ancient history,
By the
though,
way,
you know,
just so you know,
timeline.
the issue is with carbon dating. So carbon dating gives you an accurate date of how old something is, but you cannot carbon date stone.
Yeah, it's really. Yeah.
It can't be carbon dated. But what you can carbon date is the tools or the implements or the artifacts that are found around.
Yeah. Did they have? Is it bronze? They have bronze tools. And
Yeah, I
stuff
think
like
they have
that?
bronze
Is it bronze
tools.
tools.
What do they do in
Bronze
copper?
picks.
Wooden tools.
Well, copper and tin is bronze, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
What about because the Sphinx as well? They reckon that's even older.
Yeah, they think the Sphinx is even older.
I've
also
read
the-
something on that.
Instantly, sorry, Andy.
Go on.
The Sphinx is, they also reckon that the Sphinx, which is essentially just down the road,
Yeah,
if you
literally,
like.
5 minute, 2 minute walk from it. Yeah.
but has been horrendously water damaged as well over time. So, there's lots of theories on the Sphinx, as in originally maybe it would have been the face, potentially of a human that's been changed over. Sorry. Of a lion that's been potentially changed
it
over
faces
time.
east, doesn't it? It faces east.
Yeah.
the Sphinx.
So there's
Yeah.
so many.
Directly east.
There's so many. I mean, there's lots of different theories, isn't there, about how we built. Should we move on to another
Yeah.
structure?
Just before we go, do you know the name of the guy who built the pyramids?
Oh, go on.
He's called Hemiwin. Oh God, that's it now.
Is this one of the pharaohs?
Hemiunu.
Hemiunu.
He was like.
Did he start
like
the
the Grand Visa? He was like the architect who apparently who said built it.
Now, someone's going to say in our comments, how did we possibly know that?
Well, there's
But there is
hieroglyphics
writings.
and he's a
Yeah.
statue and stuff like that.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a Martian name to
Yeah.
me.
Well, if you look at his statue, it's a really weird statue. I looked at it on Wikipedia today, and he's got man boobs. He's got really big man boobs.
Yeah. I suppose a really interesting
It's
fact
a statue.
to add to this, by the
So
way,
weird.
is of course the Great Pyramid. And I know we've talked about this in the past, but we love it because we're proud to be from here. Stockport has its very own pyramid as well, which we've talked about.
Yeah, that was built 2,000 years ago, not 4,500 years ago.
So yeah, that was built 2,000. Yeah,
2,000 years
yeah.
ago by the
I'd
Romans.
love to go in there.
Oh, I
I've
was
never-
actually.
yeah,
I
is
was.
it
I
shut
was.
down? Is it closed?
Yeah, we talked about this. So we talk about the great. I was going to say the Great Pyramid of Stockport, but it
Well,
is the Great
They were
Pyramid.
supposed to have built 2 more, weren't they? They was going to call
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah. The
what's
Valley
it
of the
called?
Kings.
Valley
yeah.
of the Kings.
Yeah.
They're supposed to have built
Yeah.
2 more.
A very close friend of ours did
Right.
a video on it for I think a local news station, basically a local newspaper. Did a very informative.
Can you? I wonder if you yeah, he's short. He's for sale, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one for you. Who built Stonehenge?
See, that is another thing.
Well, was it the Celts of the time? Were the Celts or the Picts?
Yeah, so
It's
there's
like,
lots of
it's
different
like-
theories about Stonehenge.
It's not Devon, is it? What's what's name? It's the next one from Devon, isn't it?
So it's a World
It's
Heritage
Somerset
Site.
something.
It's a World Heritage
I've
Site.
never actually
Somerset?
been, I should go. I would like to go actually.
The average stone in Stonehenge weighs 25 tons.
Yeah, I mean, who the fuck put that there?
So how have they stacked them on top of each other?
And haven't they worked out where the stones come from? It's
Wales
fucking-
and South Wales.
Well,
didn't
this
it?
is a really
who's got
weird
that
one.
From there
Well,
to there?
Listen to
theory.
this.
Yeah,
So the
it's a
stones
theory.
from Stonehenge are a blue stone, and they've found the exact mine that it comes from, and it's over 240 kilometres away in Wales.
But there's a theory that they were originally built close to the mine because they found evidence of maybe another Stonehenge but they reckon that they were nicked and transported after a battle. They were taken too.
But who is going to take stones that weigh over 25 tons? Sorry, 240 kilometres. I mean,
But it's
can you
like
imagine now to do that just today? It'd be a monumental task with trucks and wide loads and all this bullshit. Can you imagine without rubber wheels? How would you get them stones 240 kilometres?
Sleds and manpower.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
But why?
Well, exactly. Yeah, but we're thinking like modern. They were a lot more like how can I put it more religious or more in touch with nature, and these more symbolic. And it's
Why
like,
do
it's like
we
a
do-
lifetime's achievement to do something.
Why do we
like
do
that.
the things we do today?
Exactly.
Because we get paid.
Yeah,
basically.
but then it was more. Maybe
do you know
more
what
like
I mean?
A spiritual thing or something. They were more in touch with a philosophy than we were.
Or the gods with flying saucers told them
Saucers.
Do
to.
you think the people that built the pyramids, the people that built Stonehenge, do you think they ever thought, like literally, if the
Yeah.
humans
They
were
were doing
do you
something
think
as
they
a
ever
life's
thought,
work.
this will be here for thousands of years?
Maybe that's why they actually did it.
Do you think when you work on a house, it'll be here for hundreds of years, thousands of years?
When
I
you
mean,
pri-
it might well be,
when
by
you,
the way.
when you send that email, do you think it's going to be? Well, it probably is in the internet.
But that can be destroyed.
Solar flare.
Yeah,
Get rid of
fine,
everything
gone.
digital.
That's everything gone. We're all back. We
Yeah.
are back to Stonehenge then.
Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Mad Max.
So another theory with the Stonehenge is around 180 generations have passed since the stones were erected at Stonehenge. People
So
were
what's that,
living at
about
the site long
25,
before
30
Stonehenge
years?
was built as well. 5 Neolithic houses are also based around Stonehenge so you know, potentially that's what the 5 Neolithic houses have been found in and around Stonehenge, and I think further afield as well. There are a lot more henges, aren't they, around Stonehenge, but
Right.
further afield. A henge essentially is a
Circle.
Is a circle.
Stone circle.
That's
Oh.
all a henge actually
Yeah.
is. It's a circle, but Stonehenge follows the movement of
The sun,
Of-
summer solstice
of
and
the-
stuff like
of the
that.
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, come on.
Yeah, but if you've nothing else, no TV, you're gonna look at the sun and line that.
well,
up
yeah.
and,
If there's no TV.
you know,
And you know you've had
Sat
your
by the
evening meal.
campfire,
You've had your evening meal
you had
on the
a few
campfire, right?
stories,
So you're all chilled out on the campfire.
invented
You've had your
stories.
evening meal. You've had your
Yeah.
bits of what would you be eating?
Grass.
No, you'd be eating. Maybe a bit of fish
Yeah.
or a
Some
cow-
honey and something like
something
that.
that you've caught.
honey cakes or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So you've chilled out. You're chilling out around. All the lads. You know, you're chilling out.
Yeah.
What do? You sit back and start looking at the stars, don't you?
Yeah.
I
Start
suppose.
arguing about no, that's
And
the
you
God.
start-
That's the God.
And you start
They're
watching. That's
movements.
the sun to people in them days would have been
What's the first
a
God?
mythical.
It's the first God.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been a mythical thing because it moves, and you don't know
Like
how it
ancient
moves.
Egyptian, is it Ra was the sun, wasn't it?
The sun god, yeah.
Because that brings life.
Yeah, he was the sun god. He absolutely was. Okay, moving on. Largest brick-built structures in the world. Can you name one?
Well, we've got to have the viaduct, haven't we?
Stockport Viaduct
Got
is
Stockport
on
Viaduct.
there. It's one of Europe's largest
Brick. Is it brick? It's brick.
brick-built, singular brick-built structures. It is one of the largest brick-built structures in the world. Stockport Viaduct. And it's not one viaduct.
It's an extension.
It's two.
It is impressive.
It is.
That's
I would
mirrored.
say it is
So they
impressive.
built one,
Yeah.
and then I think 12 years later, up to 12 years later, they said, shit,
We need bigger.
we need
more.
it bigger. So they
Yeah.
built another one exactly mirroring it and exactly alongside
It is
it.
good.
So when you're under it and you
But
look
you can
up,
see- you can see the
It's a
line.
You
joint.
can see.
It's like an expansion joint.
Yeah, it is like
Yeah.
a massive expansion joint. Yeah, it is. And it's built on bales of cotton.
Yeah.
So Stockport essentially is red rock. That is what it's.
Sandstone.
That
yeah.
is red sandstone is through
Yeah.
the centre of Stockport or right through the heart of Stockport, but it's built on bales of cotton which are then sat on the red rock,
Yeah.
and that enables the structure to kind of
It can move a bit.
very gently move.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to Wikipedia, you can obviously find
It's impressive. that,
It is. Yeah.
it is quite. Can you name another one of the largest brick-built structures in the world?
I read something. You know, Battersby Power Station. Isn't that a big one?
It is. It is one of the biggest ones. Yeah, it is.
That's loads of brick. That's a great building. That.
There is one massive one that you both might not be forgetting. I'll give you a clue.
Do you mean it's not like the Great Wall of China, is it?
Yeah, Great Wall of China.
No, I mean, I'd love to go there.
The Great Wall of China. Total length of the Great Wall of China,
Oh,
Oh, a couple of
I know it goes
thousand.
into the
Is
sea,
it like
doesn't it?
4,000 miles or something, or 3,000?
21,196 kilometres.
Jesus.
But it's all in different weird sections, isn't it?
Yeah, and it goes to the sea. It stops at the sea. It stops at
Now
the sea.
that is, I think the Great Wall of China is, I mean, that is impressive.
Yeah,
That really is impressive.
the interesting thing about the Great Wall of China is that they reckon it took them over 2,000 years from start to
Right,
finish.
this
They
is-
did it in different
but I get
kingdoms
that.
and dynasties.
I
I
get
Different
that.
dynasties added to
think
it.
they just added to it
No,
and
but
stretched
Yeah.
it out.
I get that more than I get the pyramids. Oh, sorry, Fred.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, no, because I mean, it's like it's got a purpose, like a
I
defensive
get
purpose.
it. I get why it was built.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand it, and I can see that it's achievable. I can't see where we could achieve that pyramid or Machu Picchu.
You know what? It just
or
made me think of
Easter
something
Island.
else.
I don't see it. I don't
could the
understand it.
could humans today start a project and finish it in 2,000 years' time?
Well, it's that adding things on.
We
planning.
could.
We need more long term
Could we
planning.
though? We'd all be arguing about shit. We'd all be arguing about
We're not doing that.
Well, that's
Love
what-
Island and all that
That's why.
bullshit.
politicians, they can't have long-term plans because somebody else will take the credit for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You think,
But we should
just
do
think
really
about-
as a society.
Just think about your lifetime now, your lifespan now. What buildings you've seen go up and go down.
Yeah.
Loads just in your lifespan.
Let's look at HS2 now at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not going to
Perfect.
finish it. Look, they'll get to Birmingham and they'll stop.
They'll stop. Yeah, they will.
It's
I know-
well
I know
over
what
cost.
you mean.
It's well over cost.
Do you know what? It's funny.
It should almost be
I've
taken out of the
worked on
hands of
stuff
politics.
Twice. And not through something I've done wrong. I mean, because it's been replaced.
So you've done something once,
Yeah.
and then they've decided to replace it
Yeah.
with something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. We have lost something as a human race, as in like what we kind of envisage
build-
our.
we
Well, it's
don't
like
build
cathedrals.
to-
We used to build cathedrals that took
Yeah.
100 years to
Yeah,
build
we
a
don't
cathedral.
do that now.
Yeah,
But that's like it's religion based
We build
as well.
things
but-
quickly. We fuck it up and we
Yeah, it's all glass
all
and
about
steel
price.
tents.
fast as you can.
as fast as you can. No
That's,
one
I don't be
cares.
funny. If you look at this building's this is a mill, isn't it? We're in.
Yeah, we're in here. Yeah,
It's a
Do you know
great
what?
building.
yeah. I mean,
it's a
but it's
great
also been
building.
repurposed as
It
well. if
has,
you think
but it's
about
still a great
it.
building.
It's a wonderful building.
better
yeah.
looking than a lot of
Do you know
modern.
what made me laugh the other
rubbish.
week? I was in London a couple of weeks ago. Right, I know we're talking about ancient buildings here, but sort of react. And they built. It's not the Shard; it's the one next to it.
Yeah.
And
Is
when
that
they built,
walkie-talkie?
yes,
The walkie-talkie.
And when
And
they
it's one you
built
mean, yeah.
they built it so that on the angle, the glass was angled.
Yeah, I've
down.
seen it. I've
Is
seen it. Been past
convex
it.
or something?
Yeah.
Convex
Convex.
Andes
But
or
what they
concave?
figured out was,
I'm listening. Go on.
it
what
concave?
happened was when the sun shone on it, it
Reflected.
reflected down on all the cars and all the taxis. So
Yeah.
in the midst of summer, people they were literally like
The
it was
bonnets were
basically
warping.
they built a fucking magnifying glass
Basically,
on,
yeah.
on
Yeah.
ants,
Yeah.
right? And they spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds changing this glass, but that just shows that'll be fucking knocked down.
Oh, because some knobhead.
Or they'll
they're
have to
not-
because
rechange the.
some knobhead
They'll have
around-
to change the type of glass
They
or
have to
something.
change the type of glass, and they spent hundreds of thousands of pounds
Yeah.
wasted, gone. Because basically you built magnifying glass to burn taxis
Yeah, and humans.
and humans.
yeah.
Yeah, a giant one.
What? So, go on, Andy.
I've just thought of another structure that Danny said about having a purpose that don't really talk about. Can you class Roman roads
Right,
Oh,
as a great
genius.
Amazing.
Because nobody thinks about it.
Genius.
Because you're on it.
now
What
really,
have the
now-
Romans ever
Ever
given
done for
us?
us, exactly.
Ever done for us?
Now,
Well,
what-
Roman
for
roads
what?
across all of Europe.
everything they've built, everything.
It's pretty
I
amazing,
can see
actually.
it.
Colosseum.
Right? Colosseum.
Oh, I could talk
totally
about the
get it. I
Colosseum.
totally get it.
Aqueducts, the sewers they've done, and everything.
But I can see why
piping.
that's achievable.
But like I said,
yeah.
their stuff was like useful stuff. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, say, like the pyramid. You could say is religious or something. But
Do you know what?
everything
But I
was,
think
like,
the
to be
thing is, the
still
Romans
used.
they were a warring race, but they
Yeah.
also took the time to.
It's also
They were
trade.
amazing.
They
were
basically
amazing.
helped whatever region they conquered.
They-
They improved.
They wanted it to be like Rome.
Yeah.
Exactly that. They improved it.
They murdered and did all sort. I mean, they were unbelievably brutal, but that's the time anyway. It's 2,000
Yeah, I
years
think if
ago.
you were a Christian child, you know, you were
Yeah.
probably thrown into the Colosseum and attacked by tigers, or of
That's
some
that,
sort.
and that's just a matinee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? What does he do? The film?
Don't they reckon it's all made up? That
Do you reckon that- is that-
They don't know. They reckon it's made
Yeah, I
made
mean, how
up.
could
or-
they possibly know?
I don't know.
I like that. There's an advert going around at the moment. It said, "Why do we clap when we celebrate something?" And they go to the Colosseum. There's this like chipmunk eating like a biscuit, and the crumbs fall through. And as they fall through, the emperor's like, "Oh God!"
Everybody starts
And everyone
copying
starts
him.
copying the emperor and starts
God,
clapping
it's
like
not
that.
a good idea.
It's like, why do we clap? I mean, I don't know. Why do we clap? I suppose it's a
Thing
way
is,
of
though,
making noise.
We are
isn't it?
like primates. We do kind of subconsciously do stuff like that. We copy each other.
Oh
don't
yeah,
we?
no, absolutely,
So, you know, like
100%,
things
absolutely.
like that start like that.
Another question for you. Moving on. Do you know what the oldest structure to date currently in the world is?
I think I do. Yeah.
Oh, is it pyramid?
No,
No, it's in Turkey, isn't it?
It is in Turkey.
Oh,
Is it Gölbekli Tepe?
Yes, Andy,
Oh,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's
It
amazing.
is.
It's an
Göbekli
amazing
Tepe.
find.
Yeah.
Amazing find.
So I'm reading, but I have researched it as
Yeah.
well. But I want to make sure it's right. So
Picture.
yeah, so Göbekli
Another-
Tepe
Can't
is an archaeological site, very similar in a sense to like a Stonehenge type
Yeah.
thing.
it's
a
well
sim-
carved, isn't it? It's amazingly carved.
But it's a temple in southeastern Turkey that's been dated back to between 9,500 years BC.
So they reckon
before
it was
Christ.
before like proper civilized, like farming civilization.
Exactly,
like
even
cities.
even before. So it's like Neolithic basically. But to date, this has been carbon dated by finding tools around the excavations that have helped carbon date the actual site. So it's the oldest structure currently within the whole entire world that's been found, and it's within Turkey. So women and men, and I suspect it was probably, I'm not being sexist, but I suspect it probably was men in them days. It could have been women as well, obviously helping, but have been building from on Earth for at least between 9,500 to 11,000 years.
Yeah,
We've been building.
It was a real shock though at the time, wasn't it, when they found it?
Yeah, when they found it,
was a real
because
shock.
most of it is still underground
Still buried.
today.
There's massive. There's loads of.
Yeah,
It's like loads of interconnecting.
it's
I
like
don't know,
circles.
Yeah, but they're all
It's-
like
it's huge circles
individual carved
with
rocks.
stones and rocks that
Yeah.
have been placed in circles, similar to like Stonehenge, and they've got all different carvings on them. Some of them have got carvings of animals and all sorts
Yeah.
of weird and sort of lost. What would you call it? Like language, if you like, long pictograms.
Pictograms, yeah.
Pictograms. Some of it they've been able to interpret, but other stuff, it's
random.
just theory on the interpretations of it.
'Cause it's like it's like Syria, Turkey area, and it's that band.
Yeah.
It's just into Turkey.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Gobekli Tepe.
Tepe.
Go
Yeah.
back.
Graham Hancock again and Joe Rogan.
But it's blown out like modern theories. It's too
It has.
much.
It really has.
Yeah.
Because before that, I think they were looking at buildings or structures that were about 6,000.
Yeah, it's like have to be like
5,000.
yeah, like Sumeria and
Yeah.
Babylonia. and
Whereas this has now said, well, they've dated it at like between 9,500 and 11,000 years old.
yeah,
But according to theory, the human race at that time were not builders
no hunter gatherers.
and were only hunter gatherers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, what I see there is
Yeah.
An
we're
alien
third,
landing ground.
Pyramid second, they were first.
They were first. Aliens. I
I-
think aliens down there.
I'm not.
But it's I've got to say it's all in that. Like I said, it's that area. It's that out of Africa, and then it's that Middle East.
Yeah.
That's the big like that big fertile ground like Tigris and the Euphrates. That's when they reckon farming started.
Like, so,
and-
so in other words, like the human sort of what do you call it, like
civilization.
civilization began there basically.
Yeah,
maybe.
but it's
Or
spread
around
out.
that,
I mean, you've got
Well, Africa, I think, is the
Oh,
common.
that's where we came from.
I think that's the oldest living for God's sakes, the oldest found skeletal remains of
yeah, we all came from Africa.
of
all of
human
us.
is
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
Africa, isn't it?
We did. Yeah.
What we called
Genes.
No,
Dirty.
as in what's our
Homo sapien.
Homo sapien, yeah.
Yeah.
The Homo sapien skeletal remains, oldest ones, I think, are found in Africa, aren't they?
That's what's
Yeah.
fascinating about construction. They'd have been building from day one. The Homo sapien would have been building from day one.
Well, so the theory
Well, they
goes.
might have been
this is
hunter-gatherers
this is
first,
the
though,
thing.
they
no,
reckon.
the hunter gatherers, but they'd have built
Well, this,
shelter.
you're right. They
built
would.
shelters,
So it's
yeah,
built- it's
or
still
got in
building.
caves.
But
yeah,
well,
I
would
know
they
what you
have built
mean.
shelter, or would they have looked for like a cave out? Yeah, like a.
Or they might have created a cave. They might have
Well,
gone,
potentially.
I naturally need something.
Yeah.
Just a bit of an off-site segue. They reckon, cave paintings now. There's a theory, and they think it's pretty improved that it's not just paintings of animals. It's actually a calendar for when they reckon they were painting a calendar for when certain animals were there at certain times of the year.
I see what you mean. Like
Yes, but they reckon a lot of cave painting was like like proper Neolithic art type of thing.
I know what you mean. So like they could keep a track of like
They
when
could keep a track when certain
this type
types of herds were in
with-
the
with,
area. Yeah,
what's it called?
Makes sense.
Migration.
migrations of
Yeah.
animals. Yeah,
Doesn't
Yeah.
make sense, does it?
yeah.
It does make sense, to be honest. It really does.
I think they only just clocked that a couple of years ago. Some school teacher figured it out.
See, I think that's why we're not as advanced as we think.
No, it's the same brain.
Well, we're not
From like
anymore.
10,
well, we
20,000
are,
years
we
ago.
are, and we're
Different
not.
kind. That's
Yeah,
why I think
we've all got one of these things in our hands, and we
Yeah,
think,
and that's-
oh, we know
it
everything.
might have made us a
we
bit
know
lazy
everything,
as well
but
sometimes.
actually, we don't really know everything, do we?
Do you know what I watched yesterday? Right,
Go on.
talking about building things.
Go on.
Watched it with the kids. It was my birthday yesterday, by the way.
Happy birthday.
Yes, we did
Daniel.
say happy. I'm sorry,
Happy
said
birthday.
happy birthday
I did
to you,
send
but
you a
happy
text.
birthday. Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Boxing Day, Daniel. Yeah,
But do you know
How old
what?
are you, Dan, by the way?
I am 21.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus 18.
39.
39. So,
39.
but what I watched yesterday, and I think it's one of the most underrated, and it's linked to construction and the human race, Wall-E.
Oh, it's a
Great
good film.
film.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
and
good.
do you know
good
what I
film.
love about that
Great film.
What they say is we go off, we've destroyed our planet, we
yeah.
create all this technology and we go out to the stars, but we get worse.
We get lazy.
We get fat.
We get dead lazy.
And I
Yeah,
think
it's
that's
great.
us now. I
Yeah.
think this is us getting lazy.
Yeah,
I think we're not as advanced.
Yeah, because we're still that ape, and it gets distracted. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, look at that. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're still that.
Like
you
we
know,
have all this
animal.
technology, and we all say we're amazing. We always do this. What do we actually do? We fucking sit there. We don't build amazing structures.
No, we're not like
anymore.
making a bow or an
And when
arrow
we
or
do,
something.
we
We're not
fuck
doing
'em
something
up.
skillful.
And we basically
It's true,
make a
you're right,
magnifying glass.
You're right. Right, so let's say, okay, a massive world-ending meteorite hits the planet tomorrow morning. Okay, so
After breakfast.
after breakfast.
After breakfast,
I'd
right.
survive
After
it.
breakfast.
Right, it hits the planet tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
What survives from us, from our generation?
Um,
It hits somewhere in, I don't know, the Mid-Atlantic Ocean.
Tidal wave.
So what survives from us?
Do you mean after we're all gone? What's the kind of
What
thing?
survives from us? It's not going to be mobile phones. It's probably going to be
They're
Coca-Cola fucking bottles. That's probably what's going to survive from us.
Polystyrene.
Polystyrene
Loads of burger.
tied round the neck of a fucking
Loads
beautiful
of-
sea creature.
Loads of plastic toys.
loads of plastic.
Loads
Yeah.
of plastic toys.
Yeah.
They're going to be like 10,000. They were obsessed with plastic toys.
Yeah. So, but
That's a great point.
But
though.
what's ironic?
Lego. There'll be loads of Lego.
Loads of Lego.
There'll be loads of
but
Lego.
what's ironic, if you think about it, is world-ending meteorite hits the Earth tomorrow.
Yeah.
Probably the pyramids still survive.
No, that's what
They
I've got
still
to say,
survive.
If everything has been worn down over thousands of years, right now the pyramids would be the last to go.
Yeah.
Because it's a hill.
That's
They
fascinating.
still survive.
Yeah.
They still survive. And a few Coca-Cola bottle tops.
Yeah.
And I don't know, some bizarre plastic
McDonald's burgers.
They live
Oh,
forever.
yeah,
Them
yeah,
things,
that's
don't they?
so good.
Did you see that clip of that guy that found one in a pocket? He'd been on a night out and he'd hung his coat in a cupboard.
What, for like a
right?
year or
no,
something?
10 years ago. This is 10 years ago,
Must have
right?
been like a leather jacket
He'd
or
not used his coat in years.
Yeah.
He finally got the coat out. He was like 10 years old or something. He went in the pocket. There's a McDonald's burger.
Did he try it?
No mold on it. No mold on it.
Mad.
Scary,
No
innit?
mold on
But
it.
was it like totally wrapped in plastic?
Yeah. By the way, we're not insinuating anything for McDonald's. I'm just stating a fact from a meme that I've seen. Allegedly, no mold on the burger.
Oh,
so.
Construction lads love it. And
Well,
good.
that was
Love
the old
them,
joke, though,
mate.
wasn't it, about the McDonald's apple pie?
Oh, it's
When
so
they
hot.
buried it in like a time capsule,
Yeah.
and somebody dug it up 1,000 years later, and it's like, oh, it's still hot.
They are so hot.
It
aren't
used to
they?
be red
They are
hot,
so hot.
didn't it?
So I think we've still got about 15 minutes or so. Yeah, a bit of time. So I just wanted to show you something.
Right.
So no, you can. Do you want to?
No,
jump in?
you do. I've got a random one if you want to fill in any time in a
Please,
bit.
please do the random one in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you both something. So somebody from a company called Tiny Trade Tools
Oh, I love that.
have sent us
Oh my god.
a selection. Have a look
Is that
Tiny
a plasterer's
trade
motorboard?
of tiny trade tools.
That is fantastic.
It's a
Aren't they
trowel.
cool? A little trowel,
Oh, that is superb.
and
Plasterer's trowel.
a little joiner's
Oh,
hammer.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So they've sent them us for free. So shout out to Tiny Trade Tools
Hey,
on
tell you
TikTok.
what, they're not.
Please go and
Hey,
follow
they're
them
not-
now.
They're not cheap crap.
No,
are they?
they're not rubbish. They're not good. They're not rubbish at all. Open them up and have a look. Get them out. Have a look.
Oh, Dave, that is. Tell you what, you'll be pointing.
So there's videos on TikTok and there's videos out there of people actually using their Tiny Trade Tools.
You
as-
could use that
as a key
You
ring.
could use that plasterer's trowel.
Yeah.
Actually,
Look at the hammer.
get a skim on that.
How cool is that? Look at the hammer.
That's great. Yeah, but they're not flimsy. Are they?
So
Not.
we just want to thank Tiny Trade Tools for sending them out to us
Tiny
and
Trade
we're
Tools.
giving them a bit of shout. So
That
please go
trowel's
and Google
excellent.
them. If any of you tradespeople out there
I know.
want a key ring,
I'm not being funny. If Dad saw that, I could use that. I could just get a little bit of detail in the corner.
and
or
he just
something.
passes the trowel a minute.
Yeah.
How cool are these?
Do you know
brilliant.
what? Hey,
can.
that is decent.
Which one of our friends would have loved that?
Danny,
You know what I mean?
look.
That's
That's
great.
You know plasterers. Because they always moan about. Like round
Getting into
Yeah,
corners.
little
Corners.
ticky
Yeah.
corners. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show you them because I thought they were really good.
They
And,
they
um,
are.
They're
weighted.
mint then.
Yeah, they're clearly
Have a look
very,
at that hammer.
Good.
yeah. Have a look. They're clearly very well made, aren't they? And I think I might put that one on my key ring. It's bricklayer.
Can I have this?
Yeah, by all
I'm gonna
means.
have the
Yeah.
hammer.
Do you want Andy? You choose one if you want one.
Take this trowel in memory of.
Yeah, I will. I'll take the trowel.
And
That's
then the
nice,
hawk
that.
board.
Cheers.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll use the hawk board for the table. We'll keep
Yeah,
the hawk board on
yeah,
the table.
yeah.
So again,
Oh,
just
cheers.
thank you for Tiny Trade Tools for
That's
sending
great.
them out them. And if you want to go and order any, just go onto the TikTok Tiny Trade Tools TikTok
Man, I
page.
love that.
Please go on
That
and
is
have a look
brilliant.
and order
That
them.
is brilliant.
Hopefully they get some orders from this podcast. But yeah, pretty cool. Andy, give us your fact.
Oh,
what
right.
was.
It was the... Right, you've all heard of the Parthenon in Greece, haven't
Oh,
you?
yeah, the Parthenon.
did you know?
So there's two Parthenons.
Yeah, of course you have.
Been in it.
You've been in the Parthenon.
Been in it.
So is it
Right.
the two?
Been in
There's
it
one.
twice.
There's one in.
No, there's the Parthenon. The Parthenon is in Greece.
Yes.
And then there's the Pantheon in
Pantheon.
Rome. And that's
Yes.
the
In
whole
fact,
of the
yes.
do you
gods.
want me to
You've
say-
been in there, haven't
Do you
you?
want me to say about the Pantheon,
And that's what I was going to talk about.
right, in Rome,
About the concrete, go on.
about it's the Devil's Hole,
The Oculus, yeah.
Oculus, right?
Explain what that means.
There's a hole in the roof.
Oh, okay.
It's
For the
where
sun.
For the
Raphael's,
sun, right.
Son.
Dead, buried.
Is Raphael built that?
Raphael,
there?
one of them.
What? One of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
By the way, I love that show. I
I
love that cartoon.
I've not seen it, but the original film, I think it's still a great film.
It's a stand up. It stands
The
up.
original
Oh,
Turtles film,
1990
like from the
used to do the rap
1991.
really well.
Heroes
was
in a
great,
Half Shell,
yeah.
Turtle Power. I can still do it, but I'm not going to do it.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael.
God,
What was the other
film,
one?
that first one?
But do you know
Leonardo.
Pantheon in Rome?
Yes, go on.
Yes, I was
Right,
about to
so
talk
been
about
there
it.
twice. Two different women.
Two different like holidays.
Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
One was my wife.
Yeah, fair play.
Threw the coins in. She don't watch it. Anyway.
Yeah, she won't listen. She won't listen. She won't
Oh,
watch.
Trevi
she does.
Fountain.
And if you do, apologies,
I've
Lucy.
been married 8 years. So
Yeah,
it doesn't matter
so
anyway.
yeah.
Right. But number one spot, it's unbelievable. So you've got all little streets in Rome, and you walk through, and you come out to the Pantheon, and it's there, and it is incredibly interesting, amazing.
Robert
building.
Langdon deciphered a clue there as well.
He
didn't
did, yeah, he did.
But what is the number one prime spot facing it? Restaurant or so-called
Oh
restaurant?
no, you think you've told me this?
McDonald's.
Yeah.
You've told me, yeah.
Is it really?
And it's the
So has it
building-
been ruined?
Oh, it's been wrecked. So it's like that Carl
It's a
Pilkington
fantastic
thing that always
building, the
says about
Pantheon's, we've
pyramids,
talked-
and you
yeah.
see you don't show you the KFC.
Yeah, they don't show you the KFC behind
Right.
it or whatever.
It's,
yeah.
it's unbelievable, and it's
Yeah.
into a square.
You've got a
piazza,
McDonald's facing it.
and it's the
Beautiful
but
building.
then round it is these beautiful like little Italian restaurants. Bang, straight in front of it is a massive McDonald's,
Yeah.
huge.
Has that got an Oculus in there?
It's kind of what we were saying about this world-ending meteorite. That McDonald's is gone.
Yeah.
But the Pantheon.
Pantheon might get gone.
Maybe-
No, I was going to
maybe.
talk about the
Go on.
concrete. Right, it's House of the Gods. That's what
Yeah,
Pantheon means.
Yeah.
And it was for 1400 years the largest dome in the world.
Yeah,
love
Until
that.
St. Peter's.
Saint
Until-
Paul's.
No,
St.
no,
Paul.
no, Florence.
Oh yeah,
Florence,
yeah.
and then St. Paul's.
St. Paul's
took over.
Cathedral
Yeah,
in
But,
London. Yeah.
I was looking at it. It's got its total concrete dome,
Yeah.
and it's made of 3 different types of concrete.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's thick, heavier concrete to lighter, like pumice
Wonderful,
concrete, and it's
wonderful.
still there now after nearly 2,000 years.
Yeah, it's still there. But for all the
It's not
weather,
reinforced, it's not
imagine all
reinforced.
the weather it's been through that dome. And like you say, it won't have metal in the middle
It's
of it.
it's not reinforced.
Yeah, all the weather it's been through. What a fantastic design!
It's
It's
about a metre
unbelievable.
thick at the thinnest point and about 6 metres thick
fantastic.
at the
like
base.
6 meters.
But they reckon it's built that well, that the pressure on the walls, it's actually, I think it's even better than today's standards for a dome.
The fantastic,
It
like
is a good
human.
building.
No, that was built nearly 2,000 years ago.
I've stood in the Senate.
And I bet
now.
you've seen that twice, and I've not seen it once
There
yet.
must be something that we've built now. And when I say now, I mean let's call
Probably
it within the last-
Victorians.
I'm going to say 150 years to 200 years.
I've got to say that
There must be something.
the Hoover Dam.
The Hoover Dam,
Hoover
Things
yeah.
like
Alright,
it's
yeah.
massive
Yeah.
mega structures
Yeah.
now, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like dams, isn't it, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Stockport Viaducts.
Yeah, epic, like big mega
Yeah.
structures.
The Great Wall of China.
Yeah,
You know, it's still going to survive.
But-
But,
and-
modern,
No,
say
but-
the last 200 years.
yeah. There will be stuff that I'm missing. I mean, think of
I'll tell you.
think of the railways.
St Pancras'
That's beautiful. That
railway station in
It's
London.
beautiful.
It's one of the biggest.
Is it back to back to King's Cross that or something?
I'm not.
Am I getting mixed up?
I don't know.
Isn't it 2 stations in one?
No. I think that's because J.K. Rowling got it wrong.
Ah, that's
in,
what
in
it
the
is.
book. That's
right.
what happened with that. I think that's what you're thinking there. I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Does the Euro go from St Pancras?
One of them.
no,
Either
it
King's
does.
Cross. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I think.
Oh,
King's Cross.
The Eurostar.
The Eurotunnel. Would that
The
survive?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's
the
a
Eurotunnel,
great-
that
that's
is
a
a great
great-
mega
I've never been
structure.
on that. I'd love to.
No.
No. But what a wonderful.
But it's stuff that it's not. It goes unnoticed because it's not like dramatics. It's
yeah,
under
because
the,
you don't
know.
see it.
Yeah.
What about like some great bridges of our time, like the Forth Bridge
Oh,
up in
What
Scotland?
Forth
about
Bridge.
the one in Anglesey? I love that one.
Oh,
Isambard's.
Isambard Kingdom Brunel's bridge.
No, I think.
There was a suspension bridge across Anglesey, didn't he?
No, it's the one. There's the Albert Memorial
Britannia.
Bridge, the one with the weird one,
Yes.
with the tube in between.
But the first suspension bridge ever built in the world is the suspension bridge
is it
over.
Telford, Thomas Telford's?
Yeah, but it is onto Anglesey.
No, I
You
think
know.
it's Bristol.
Oh, I don't know about that, Andy.
I mean, you could argue.
Well, it's maybe
like,
one of the
in the
first
last
then.
300
Yeah.
years, 400 years,
Victorians did some good stuff.
What about the one in America?
Oh, the Golden Gate.
Golden Gate.
Yeah,
Golden
and
Gate.
actually the Brooklyn Bridge, that was massive.
Which,
at
by the
time.
way, one person a day jumps off the Golden Gate Bridge on average.
God.
One person a
And-
day.
They're never not painting it, aren't they?
No,
That's
that's
the fourth bridge.
No,
Fourth bridge.
they have stopped.
Yeah.
They've done this special silica plastic
Yeah.
coating now. They don't
Some
have
Yeah.
to
can't work now.
I know.
Yeah. That's the saying, isn't it? Oh, like the fucking fourth bridge, that.
Yeah.
You know, always painted it, basically. But yeah, so there'd be a few remnants of human civilization
But
from
not much to what we do. All right, let's go last 50 years. What have we built?
the last
that would
50
stand the
years.
test
It's all like roads and
The-
and
like,
railways,
there you
go,
and
there you
go.
motorways. We built loads of motorways
We
in the
fucked
50s
them
and
up.
60s.
The A555
Oh,
The river
brilliant-
cruise.
Don't
the
step me
A55
down.
River
No,
cruise.
it's
yeah.
a great road, right?
Unless it
when
rains.
when it's sunny.
But when
but
it
if
chucks
it's
it
pissing
down.
down,
Sit down. It's
£300
a
million
fuck
pound
all.
on a road
Within
that
10
doesn't
minutes,
work.
It doesn't work.
Within 10 minutes on Facebook, you get the A55 River.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do,
it's
yeah.
amazing. It's great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I would say great buildings that we've been built recently, but probably wouldn't last. But things like the
What about
Burj,
that one in-
the Burj Khalifa, you know, in
Yeah,
Dubai.
What about the one in
amazing.
Barcelona, the Guardia de
Oh,
Familia?
the-
that
the-
cathedral,
yeah,
that amazing cathedral.
Yeah.
But you, like
The Shard.
The Shard's amazing.
It's beautiful.
Right. No, it's beautiful.
But it's just steel and glass. That's
But
all it
it's-
is.
that's what I mean.
And it's
That's
not,
all
it's
it
not like
is.
the Eiffel Tower
Yeah,
or
but
something.
it is amazing.
The Eiffel Tower.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That will probably remain.
You know, is it cast iron? that? Is it
Blackpool
cast-
Tower.
Blackpool Tower.
Yeah.
That's not going anywhere.
No. Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that's,
Well,
that's is it
they always say
copper?
Planet of the Apes is still there, isn't it?
Yes.
Hand's coming out, isn't it?
Just coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that film. I
Great
love
film.
The
Proper
original,
classic
the original.
sci-fi.
I
Not the
like-
Mark Wahlberg one.
No,
I mean,
it's
it's
classic.
okay.
I like the
classic
one.
The
sci-fi.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah, it's a brilliant film.
The one. Oh,
What is he
Den-
shout?
Dennis Quaid. Where he? What's that one? Where
Dennis Quaid.
Oh, it's a good film.
Quaid.
What,
That's
that
out
Enemy Mine?
of, you know that's out of.
Open your mind.
Oh, it's a great film. Total
What?
Recall.
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Total Recall. What a
God, to
film.
tell you what, we go all over the place in this podcast, don't we?
Yeah, it's such
we
a
really,
good film, though.
We really
Yeah,
do.
but there's
I think we've
there's
got
a
about
Mars-
2 minutes left.
There's a Mars pyramid in that film.
There is. There is. Here's one. Just to finish off, so we're obviously talking about ancient buildings and everything, and we're not
Yeah.
doing a giveaway this month, by the way, if anyone's wondering. So why do you think there are so many civilizations around the world that weren't connected that still built a pyramid-type structure?
Because it's the simplest structure to build.
Someone was looking
without
down.
without arches. Without arches, it's the simplest structure.
Do you
to
think
build.
so? Do you think that's the
I
reason
think
why?
that- I think it's the simple without the technology of arches and other techniques and lighter materials.
Yeah.
It's the most monumental and easiest one you can build. One
So,
on top of two.
One on top
Top
of
of two.
two, on top of two.
Yeah.
So 3 on top of 2, on top of 1, on
Yeah.
top, and so on and
Yeah,
so on and
that's
so on
it.
and so on and so on. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I know I'm a skeptic. I go more.
You are.
I
Danny,
am more skeptical. Danny's
why
more.
do you think civilizations that didn't contact each other,
Yeah.
that didn't even know each other existed, still built the pyramid like structures?
Because we were that advanced that we were interconnected, but we just lost it.
Oh, so you think we did? We were
I'm
talking.
not actually saying about aliens. I don't know. I do
I
think
believe-
the universe is expanding and it's fucking massive, basically. But I'm a big believer in what's happened. Something's happened before.
I think we've lost techniques. We've lost like
I
certain
think
techniques of
I'm
doing
convinced-
things.
I'm
I can say that,
convinced
like
we've-
trades.
We've reached peaks and then it's dropped again and reached peaks.
So we keep going back to
Well,
a point.
that
yeah.
does happen. That's happened even the last few thousand years.
That's
throughout,
what I mean.
Like we kind of call it the Dark Ages in a way, but
Yeah.
they say it's a bit more life than you
I'm
think.
convinced
but in
that
Europe,
there's something there that's happened before, and I'm not saying we've had help from gods or aliens.
I don't know. You look at places like China, though. They've kind of had a continuous civilization for
No,
like
but I mean-
3,000 years.
I mean, this
China,
stuff
really.
we've lost. Like, I think we have been more interconnected in the past, and we don't know we have. I
Yeah.
think we have been.
You mean interconnected with each other,
Countries
or do you
and-
mean with
I'd say.
our
trade.
surroundings?
No, as in our
Well,
planet.
they found cocaine in a mummy's body, didn't they?
Fantastic.
And that can only get that
Yeah,
one
the
from one
great
place.
Yeah.
They can only get that from South America, I think,
Yeah.
can't they? Yeah.
Yeah, the top night.
So that sort of proves like
No, there
trade.
was something like they could have.
He
There would
got
have been
coked
trade.
out of his head, right, watching people build pyramids.
And he's
Not
on his
that-
chariot trying.
Not that
driving
we
round
condone
the-
that, by the way, in any way, shape, or form, because we don't.
No.
We absolutely
Have a
don't.
beer.
But if you're a pharaoh back in the day,
No.
and someone offers you a line of white powder,
Yeah.
you won't know, would you? You wouldn't know what we know now. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't.
Maybe it made them build. Them
How have we
faster.
got onto pharaohs taking cocaine? Yeah. Well, interestingly,
Trade.
we'll finish on this then. So there is a theory about if you take, and I've never taken them, just to be clear, but if the human race has had a hallucinogenic type drug, it will enable you or give you visions of buildings or of a way to construct structures and whatnot.
I don't mind talking about this.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I've taken mushrooms.
Right. I would actually. That's one of the other things I would. You know.
I'll never forget the night I took them, and it was one of the best nights I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And I still remember that night.
Did it make you want to be a better joiner though, Dan?
I think I could have.
Could you fly?
No.
Can you fly,
But
Bobby?
I was enlightened, and I still think it's one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life.
Did you encounter anything?
No, but the next day and the next week and the next month and the next year, I think it opened my mind up.
Yeah, well, fair play.
Well,
To
they reckon
creativity.
there's a theory about
I genuinely
how we made
that's
that.
kind of what I was getting at, to creativity.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they reckon that's how
Creative.
human beings might have made that abstract jump from just being like hunter gatherers to being more.
Listen, if I was
thinking
taking it
through
every day,
mushrooms.
fucked out of my
It
head.
messed your head up,
But
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can understand why it might unlock certain parts of your brain to
Yeah.
create something.
Yeah. Well, look at the Beatles, for example.
Yeah.
You know, Sgt. Pepper's. That album was created solely off
Yeah,
trips
well,
to
it
India
was.
and drugs, and I think it was. Wasn't it?
yeah,
Really?
but I don't think it's as much as you think. But it was, yeah, there was stuff
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Yellow Submarine. Who's going to sing about Yellow Submarine unless you're taking drugs? I'm sorry, but come on. I mean, I'm not.
We had
I'm not-
Ringo singing.
well, and Ringo. Yeah.
I saw something the other day on TikTok.
Go on.
So, we love
Yeah.
TikTok.
Tiki Toki, yeah.
That Ringo is 83.
Oh no,
he?
no, Ringo's the eldest.
Is he 81?
No, Ringo was like the eldest.
Love
yeah, but,
Ringo.
Yeah, but Paul's
No, but
like
he looked
81.
Incredible.
Yeah, I love
Paul's like
Ringo.
81, 82.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbara Bach. He's married to Barbara Bach.
Yeah.
Great Bond girl.
83, maybe.
I think he was the
And
eldest.
I was
Ringo.
like, wow.
What's Ringo famous for in our generation?
Thomas
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
Of course, he voiced Thomas.
Thomas.
That's not bad.
Thomas.
It's not bad.
Come on now, Thomas. Get them wagons, Thomas. Pull. And suddenly the fat controller appeared. Anyway, I think that's probably enough for this evening.
Yeah,
For this, I've enjoyed that, lads. I've really enjoyed.
It's been a bit all over, hasn't it?
We have been a bit all over, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not very. We don't stick to things, do we? But that's the beauty of the Sight Kevin
I'm
podcast.
loving this.
You like the tiny tools?
Tiny tools.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
So, as always, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please make sure that you follow us on TikTok. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever it is that you kind of take us in. Thank you for listening. We always appreciate it. We'll be back next month with another episode. It's not always going to be construction throughout the ages. It might just be construction throughout the thousands of years. Who knows what it might be next month.
Future construction.
Future construction. That's a great episode. It could well be.
You're very in that industry where
Yeah.
you're seeing
Green tech.
green tech.
Yeah. That. Do you know what? I think it deserves an episode.
Definitely, yeah.
You've
Green
not talked about
technologies.
The Egyptians built the pyramids by sound. That's another theory,
Oh,
isn't it?
for
Which
God's
I don't agree
sakes.
with.
And we will definitely come back to ancient buildings and to ancient episodes, won't we, in the future? But
Yeah.
all that remains is to say, Andy, Danny, thank you very much. Really
Welcome.
appreciate it. And we will see you all next month. Thanks very much, guys.